Okay, as former President Trump continues to battle multiple cases in several states, his case in Georgia has taken an interesting turn.
Sure has, yes.
Okay, one of the defendants in the case brought by Fulton County DA Fani Willis, who is seeking to have the indictment against him dismissed, is alleging DA Fani Willis improperly hired an alleged romantic partner to prosecute Donald Trump and financially benefit from their relationship. So, host of Sunday Report, John Glasgow, he joins us live right here on set with more on this breaking story.
This is an interesting one, Bob Katrina. This is a bombshell allegation from Michael Roman. Now, if true, this could impact Trump's Georgia election interference case. Roman is accusing District Attorney Fani Willis of having an improper relationship with the married special prosecutor who helped secure the grand jury indictment against Trump. Roman is a co-defendant in the case, facing charges as well. He's arguing that Willis should be disqualified from the case and the charges dropped because the district attorney chose to appoint her romantic partner to prosecute the case. Nathan Wade is a private attorney who's been paid more than $650,000 by the DA's office to take up Trump's case. Roman claims that Wade used some of those legal fees to take Willis on lavish vacations to Napa Valley, California, Florida, and the Caribbean. The filing says that Willis and Wade violated their oaths of office and Georgia laws. The filing states that sources close to both the special prosecutor and the district attorney confirmed Willis and Wade had an ongoing fling, and Wade filed for divorce a day after his first contract with Willis in November 2021. So Roman is also alleging that their actions could be considered honest service fraud, and that could mean they both could see RICO charges themselves. Roman is facing 7 felonies by the Georgia grand jury for allegedly being part of the fake electors' effort to reject President-elect Biden's victories in key swing states, including Georgia. Now, Willis has 30 days to respond to these allegations in court. But Bob Katrina, this is a damning allegation that Roman has yet to prove any evidence for. A lot of this is hearsay of this relationship. There's also some speculation that some of this information may have come up in those divorce filings that was part of Wade's divorce. Oftentimes, those are sealed documents. Maybe they got their hands on those. It's unclear at this point. Former President Trump did respond to this today and said that this case is now totally compromised.
That's right. He sure did. 100% compromised. Throw it out is what he said. All right, John Glasgow, thanks so much. We'll see you in the next hour.
Okay, let's bring in our panel to discuss now for more on this. President of the Public Interest Legal Foundation and former DOJ attorney Christian Adams, and Steve Sanchez, radio show host on KDWN in Las Vegas. Christian, let's start with you here. What do you make of these allegations against Fani Willis, having this romantic partner? She brings him in, they spend the money, they go on trips here. It all just seems a little odd. What do you think?
Well, Fani Willis picked the wrong person to mess with, because Mike Roman is the best in the business in finding out information. And it doesn't surprise me that Roman was able to get to the bottom of this, because like I said, that's what he gets hired to do, is to figure out what secrets are in the closet, and it looks like these two had some secrets.
Yeah, Steve, you always have a great perspective on this. I would love to see how you're viewing this, what you make of it. Again, as John Glasgow pointed out, we don't know how much of this is true, what is true or not yet. But again, the allegations are there.
Yeah, look, Fast Fanny, it's coming back to haunt her. And I call her Fast Fanny because the fact of the matter is, if you really go back and look at who she is, her track record, it's to be desired. She has no credibility, in my opinion. Most of my audience, if not all of my audience on radio and my socials, agree with me. I think most people in this audience agree. And when you make accusations, to me, in my opinion, and I think most Americans share my sentiment, that are unfounded when it comes to President Trump, you're going to get a spotlight on you. So you better make sure, if you're going to make accusations, that your backyard's cleaned up.
Christian, legally, what could this mean for the case she's trying to build down there in Georgia?
Yeah, the key to your story is the hiring of the lawyer. In other words, it wasn't a regular office. If this had just been a regular office attorney of the DA office itself, 2 government attorneys, it wouldn't make any difference. But the fact that this was a contract attorney who was engaged in this relationship potentially and was making money from it as a private contract attorney changes the whole deal. It's a complete calling into question the legitimacy of all the actions he took. I'm flabbergasted that this is even possible, that somebody would behave like this, because you destroy your work. It's done. It's called into question from the start if this is a contract attorney having a relationship with a DA and getting paid hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Steve, let's broaden the lens here and go to politics because we are less than a week away from the Iowa caucuses. Do you believe that these cases against the former president could play a part? He has 4 criminal trials and 3 non-criminal cases all going on simultaneously, and that's a lot. Some people are confused and a lot of people undecided. And as we said earlier, anything can happen at this point.
Yeah, we've seen that. History has shown us that anything can happen. Howard Dean's a great example back in the day. But, the support that Donald Trump has is not going to change. His base is there. There are a few people that are still thinking, well, do I go Nikki Haley? Do I jump to Ron DeSantis? And I'm talking about Iowa specifically. But I think for the most part, I think it's pretty well determined that Donald Trump is going to sweep these primaries. It's going to be the nominee. And I think the Democrats are running scared about the general election as well, because I've heard rumor that even President Obama is concerned that Joe Biden probably just won't cut it for a re-election.
Well, we're certainly going to keep an eye on it. That's, for a lack of better words,
yes, indeed.
Next week. Going to be some interesting stuff here. Christian Adams, Steve Sanchez. Gentlemen, thanks for coming on the program.